Hi, this presentation is going to give an overview of our Pacman project. We have implemented three techniques. One is the hidden Markov model and particle filter to predict the positions of enemies. We have also implemented approximate Q learning to find the direction which has the highest Q value. For example, if there's a ghost enemy in the north of my Pacman, then this north direction will have a low Q value, and my Pacman will choose one of our legal actions. The breadth search aims to find the shortest route to invade or back to our territory while avoiding ghost enemies. Now I'd like to move on to Pacman decision. We have decided to have two agents which have distinct responsibilities in our team. One is the attack agent. It focuses on eating foods. It will target the foods by distance and weather the foods near enemies. For instance, if there are no ghosts nearby, the attack agent will try to eat the food that is the closest first. But if there's a ghost near the closest food, it will try to eat other foods that is safe from enemy ghosts. We have implemented our attack action to return to our border based on various factors, including steps remaining, numbers of food already eaten, and distance from ghosts. Another agent is defensive agent. It focuses on hunting the invader Pacman and moves near around our border if no invader in our territory.
Now, let's turn to the challenge part. There were two major challenges that we faced during the project. One was the corner problem. When our attack agent was chased by the ghosts, the attack agent would continue to eat foods in the corners rather than to flee. Another challenge was to design how our attack agent to get into enemy territory when both teams' agents were on borders. Our attack agent kept moving forward and backward over time, or wandering on the border to find a chance to invade. Unfortunately, this problem is still not solved in a clear way. The next point I'd like to make is the improvements of this project. As we have said previously, each agent now has its own distinct role. So if the agents can switch their roles based on situations, this may improve our team performance and eat more food. Another improvement we can do is to improve our predicting enemy positions by revisiting the probability of invader on its initial game positions if the invade was hunted by our defensive agent.
Here now we are going to present you some demos of our agents' behaviors. When our attack agent comes to a border, the invade mode is triggered. It will try to find the best invade position, which means it should find a border state that is at least 5 miles distance away from the ghost enemies. This approach tries to avoid the high probability of being chased or being eaten once get into enemy territory. But it comes with some shortcomings like wasting time to get to a border state that is safe from ghost. When our attack agent eats a capsule, the mode of eating food in corridors is triggered. Because there's a high risk of being eaten if our attack agent tries to eat food in the corridor when it is not powered. And if there's a food next to it on the way to the nearest food in the corridor, it also eats it. This mode is mainly used in the BFS because we can find the shortest route to its target. This power mode is turned off in events when the ghost enemy's scared timers is a step left, and then find ways back to a border to drop food. Another interesting part is when the drop food mode is triggered. But it finds out that there's a capsule left and it can wipe there to its capsule before being eaten. Then it will try to its capsule, then eat more first before returning to a border to drop food. Whether to eat capsule is based on the BFS path distance from my Pacman to capsule position and by setting ghost position and its one step neighbors as well. And my Pacman will try to eat capsule if this distance is less than the shortest BFS path distance from any ghost to capsule. One interesting part in a defensive agent is that when it knows there's no invader in our territory, it will move to the closest border state, which is the most possible position that enemy will try to invade. This heuristic based on the shortest hunting distance from influence ghost enemy position to my current position. So it will move like a follower, moving to a border state that is at the same height as the nearest ghost enemy. In most of the time, this approach threatens opponents to invade in somehow. Here we come to the end of our presentation. Thank you for watching. See you next time.